fax machine wasn't working. That was it for real. That was the honest truth. And Coach Cristobal, Coach Kirby, they bring that up to me every time I see them, every time I talk to them, and they do not believe me. But that's really what happened. They thought I was going to flip the Florida State, but my fax machine was just broken. So I had to go up to my school.
Oh, at home?
I was at home, yeah, but I had to go up to my high school and get it done.
Is it crazy that they still use those faxes?
No, I think it's pretty cool because, you know, it's just like just send it in and they get it and it's done, you know what I'm saying? So it's pretty cool.
Sean was talking a lot about how often he's thrown that last year. He was kind of close to Watson on that on the game-winning touchdown pass. How much film he's watched, and said it is a redemption game. Do you feel that way? And how much have you watched a lot of film like him? And have you kind of?
It's our next game. Every game we prepare the same way. I mean, it's a big game. It's just the next game, and I'm preparing for it like it's a championship caliber game because it is. I'm watching a lot of film, breaking stuff down, going over stuff with my other DBs, just like I would if we were playing some other team. But of last year's game, none.
You haven't watched the second?
No, I'm playing this year's Clemson team, so I'm not gonna watch last year's game. But yeah.
How much of any film have you watched of Tyrann? How much do you think?
Of Tyrann Mathieu? That was I really liked the way he played when I was in high school. I love watching him play for LSU and just the energy, the versatility, the passion that he played with. So I love just watching him and watching his highlights. And I watched a couple clips of him from his NFL film, and just when I was watching like some safety technique when I was learning how to play safety. But you know, I love watching him play. He's a great player.
So did you guys talk beyond just the little ego back and forth? I guess when he saw like the comparison to his name.
Nah, it's just quick conversation. That was it.
How do you think Jeremy balanced the two jobs that he has?
Well, he has one job right now. He's gonna go to the other one later. But I think he's done a good job. I mean, obviously he has to do his part of recruiting, but he's finished those couple weeks up, and he's here working with us, and he's been doing a really good job. It really hasn't been any drop off or any change for real since he's been back. So.
You've been through it with Kirby. Is this kind of the same as how it was with Kirby? Is it different?
Yeah, yes sir. They're very very similar type personalities, and nothing like they were gone for a couple weeks. They missed 1 or 2 practices, and now they're back just like they were never gone. He's a good quarterback. He does his job. He runs the ball well. He's a bigger guy, physical guy. Could take a hit, keep on going. He has great receivers on the outside that he can get the ball to. Number 8, number 13, 21. All of them, they do their job as well. So I think he's an all-around good quarterback, and he does what he has to do to win games.
What is it that makes Hunter Renfrow so hard?
He's a smaller guy. He's really shifty, and he's not going to outrun you. He's not going to out physical you, but he's going to do his job, make you miss when he catches the ball. He's going to catch the ball. You know, you never really see him drop a pass, and he just does what he has to do. I mean, that's what makes any great player great. He just does his job. Whether it's a DB, he covers the guy in front of him. He's a receiver, he gets open, and that's what he does.
Have you been matched up with him a decent amount over the past 2 years?
Yes, sir.
Has that been a tough cover?
We had ups and downs. He had his moments, I had mine. But he's definitely challenges me. He's a great receiver, and you know, I consider myself a pretty good DB. So we're both going to have our moments.
Would you say he's the guy who you most kind of have to account for on the field, especially on 3rd down?
On 3rd down, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely him and number 8. And also the quarterback. Quarterback makes a lot of plays on 3rd down just with his feet, running the ball, 3rd and 1, 3rd and short. I just like to run him a lot. And then when it's passing distance, number 13, number 8, definitely are 2 people that he likes to get the ball to.
You guys got like a big picture of Hunter Renfrow and your team room being like, hey, we have to account for that guy because of what happened last year?
We don't have a big picture, but we emphasize that we just got to do our job. Whoever's in front of us, we got to do our job.
Initially, was it maybe easy to overlook him just because there was so many big name receivers on the roster, and as well as him being kind of an undersized guy?
No, we never really underlooked him or overlooked him. No, he the whole season, my freshman year and last year, he was making a lot of plays, and he had just as many, if not more, receptions than those big names. And so it wasn't like we don't pay attention to the media stuff. So I just look at the film and who catches the ball and who does their job. So I wasn't really paying attention to the big names. I was paying attention to the guys who catch the ball, get the ball on third down, and that's it.
Do you feel like with Deshaun Watson gone and now Jalen in his second year, do you guys kind of have, do you think, the advantage at quarterback now, whereas Clemson may have had it the last 2 minutes?
I think we both have two great quarterbacks, and they both do their jobs. They both do it well. They allow us to win games, both teams to win games. And I think Kelly Bryant is definitely a good quarterback, and he's going to pose a challenge for us.
Teams are doing well. They feel like they can run and helping Deontay get ready for whatever his opportunity is. Just, how committed have you seen him just to being ready for this, and just how have you seen him overall come along during the course of the year?
Definitely, I seen a lot of maturity because he was kind of not thrown into the fire, but he hasn't played as much as he wanted to this year, and he's really taken the opportunity to prepare and play really well in this game. He's texting me and he's like, "Yo, what you doing? Like, let's go watch film at the practice." And like all last week, watched film every day after practice, broke down film for like 35 minutes, and he was asking me questions about the coverages, watching film with them. He was pointing stuff out that I didn't see, and he's taking a lot of pride in it. And I think he's going to do a real good job for us, and I'm really excited to have him out there with us.
For people that haven't seen him play yet, how would you describe what he does as a player, like what he brings to the table?
I mean, he brings a lot of himself. I'll just say he makes a lot of plays you wouldn't expect him to make. He just flies to the ball, gets to the ball, makes a play, gets the ball out, makes big hits, and I love seeing him play because he just plays with a lot of energy, a lot of passion, and I came in with him, so seeing people that I came in with make plays and have a lot of fire out there is really cool.
You sound prideful talking about him like an older brother. Is that
It's just a friend. I wouldn't consider him an older brother, but just a friend. When you see your friends doing good things, you're really excited for them and happy for them, and especially when you're doing it with them. And it's really cool seeing how much he's grown throughout this process.
Minkah, would you prefer to play one position, or do you enjoy moving around?
I enjoy moving around because usually it depends on what the offense does and where I'm playing at. So if they have a really good running back, I'm going to play more in the box to try and shut him down. If they have a good receiver, I'm going to cover him, you know what I'm saying? So every game will be a challenge. Every game I'm doing something different, which is a good thing. It has its pros and cons, but I like moving around for sure.
I was looking at the matchup with Brentford. It's the matchup a lot of people are talking about. It's the one to watch in this game. How much are you looking for? Especially, you said you guys will face each other. You two kind of had some big goals.
I'm looking forward to it. He's like I said earlier, he's a great receiver, and he challenges me a lot. He gets me better. He makes me work on my game, focus on the small things, and these are the type of matchups you go into a game looking forward to because you're going to come out of it a better player.
How's your game evolved since that first championship game you played?
I would say a lot. That game, I was really young. I was really immature with my technique and not my IQ, but I had a lot to learn, and I learned a lot after that game, and I brought it to the next season. And last season I learned a lot, and I brought it to this season. So.
Renfro was saying last week that of all the players who play in college football, you're the one he's probably the most familiar with tendency-wise. He's saying
tendency-wise?
Yeah,
Like what?
Like the way you tick and just having faced him so many times. Like you're the most familiar player.
I don't really know too much about him, but I know he's a God friend. We just actually got back from a FCA breakfast, and I spoke at it. He spoke at that as well. So I would definitely relate in that sense. We both have a relationship with God, and he seems like a very poised, humble type of guy, and I could relate with him in that sense. But from what I hear, he's very meticulous, and he does what he has to do to get the job done. So I could relate to him in that sense.
Minkah, you came in with Ron. How
He's definitely somebody that's grown a lot throughout the whole process. You know, we both came in, we both fought hard, and we both earned a starting spot our freshman year. And you know, we made a lot of plays, made a lot of mistakes, but he's definitely grown and challenged himself and challenged me, got me better, and I challenged him, got him better. So I think he's somebody that has definitely put a lot of hard work in, and he's seeing great results. I think he's definitely done a real good job of just bringing energy and passion. You know, some people may say it may boil over, but I just think it's passion and energy. And you know, when you love the game, you're gonna be fired up sometimes, and you get into little arguments and scuffles. But I have done it myself. But you know, you just gotta learn from it, keep it moving, and we're all brothers out there, so we all love each other. We know it's out of love, and it's not at the place of disrespect. And so you know, he's definitely learned from that, learned from his mistakes, and it made him a better player.
How much better are you guys from how much better are you guys from a pass rush standpoint now having Christian all day?
I think we're a whole lot better. You know, it brings a lot of speed off the edge. That's something that I think we're lacking a little bit. I mean, we had bigger guys in there that they could stop the run, but getting to the quarterback faster was a little bit of an issue. But I think having them both back brings that speed back to the defensive front.
You play the nickel Sam position. I mean, Dorian O'Daniel does it on Clemson side. He's a linebacker. Do you think it's harder for a DB to kind of play that position than it is for, let's say, a linebacker to try to transition?
I mean, it all depends on how they play the star position. Because how we play more man to man. We play more. We don't play a whole lot of zone, but we play more man to man, and I'm covering receivers. So I think if a linebacker were to do that, he wouldn't be very good at it. So it all depends on how you play that position.
Yeah, have you watched him at all?
No, I haven't watched him.
Okay. Do you have Hebrew tattoo?
Yeah, yes, sir, I do. It's my siblings' names. So it's Destiny, Promise, Divine, and Justice. And then on my wrist, this is Take Up Your Cross and Follow Me.
You mind if I take a picture?
Take. I don't know how you. What was that? Yeah.
When you hear people talk about going back to retro and that, like it's this kind of physical, you know, you have this huge physically. Do you see it that way? I mean, obviously he's got some ability as well.
The only
how do you look at it that when you hear people say that?
I mean, the only difference for real is just, I mean, obviously I'm a little bit bigger than him and stuff like that, but he does his job and I do my job, and that's what makes us both great players. So I think that's what. So when you have two people who are always doing their job, it's going to be a great matchup. And like I said earlier, we both get each other better. We both fight hard, and we're going to go out there and have another battle.
Clemson's rotating more players this year in the skill spots. I'm just curious how that changes the challenge for you guys, especially from an endurance standpoint.
You think they're rotating more players this year?
They're playing. They said they play 9 receivers this year. I don't know if they were doing that last year. Maybe they were, but I know that was a big point of their identity this year. I'm just curious how that affects your challenge, your preparation for them, especially the endurance part of it.
I think they rotated a lot of players last year for sure, because they go a lot of fastball, and so they get players in and out. But it definitely is hard, physically. But you know, I think we do a really good job in practice, going fastball and practicing, having first receivers going in and out. So every play, so I could run down the field 50 yards and had to come back, and there's a new receiver in front of me who's fresh, that was just sitting on the sideline. So I think that's definitely a challenge for us. But I think we do a really good job in practice, just practicing that. And we also face a lot of teams that do similar type of tactics or strategies, I guess you could say.
In a game, is that a mental challenge when you're going up against a fresh player and you've been on the field for?
You can't think about it. I mean, you can't think about how your body's feeling. You gotta talk to yourself. You can't let your body talk to you. You know. So if you do that, it shouldn't be a problem. You just gotta focus on your technique and just go out there, and whoever's in front of you, whether he's fresh or whether he's not fresh, you just gotta go out there and do your job.
Do you work on any pass program in that position where you guys don't win a championship or play for whatever reason? People back home are disappointed. How do you live up to that? What's it like as a player?
I think first is opportunity just to show people how great of players we are and the greater team that we are. Because when you have that a lot of people call it pressure, but I don't really see it as pressure. I think when you have that opportunity it's really cool, and it's a blessing because you always have to be on your A game. You always have to do what you got to do, and it's a challenge. And whenever you're challenged, you're gonna grow. So I think it's a benefit for us as players and as coaches and everybody involved with the program.
Did you work on pass rushing moves at all this summer, and like getting tips on just like how do you?
I really didn't. I just watched players like Brian Anderson, Tim Williams, John Allen. Like I just watched them like in practice. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, it would be really cool if like I could do that stuff. You know? And so like I kind of brought it like because I've been rushing a little bit more this year, so I kind of applied some of the stuff that they've been doing and that they've ran in previous years.
Yeah, how challenging is it that you found like what they had to do?
Oh, it's definitely hard. It's definitely hard, especially when you're 6 foot, 200 pounds, going against somebody 6'6", 300 plus. So you can't bull rush nothing like that. But you just got to go out there. You can't really think about that of you just got to go out there and say, I'm rushing against him. I got to dominate him. I got to beat him. And but it definitely poses a challenge. But it's a lot of fun. It's something different, and it challenges the opposing team.
One more question. This time last year, you were at safety, filling in for Eddie. How does your role now at the Star, the money, that kind of stuff, change the way you approach this game? And does it add a little bit extra for this opportunity?
I think it gets me closer to the ball. Last year I was more I don't want to say covering grass, but I was in the back end and I wasn't really covering man to man at all for real. And I was I was making plays, but it wasn't a whole lot. And I think it's gonna get me closer to the ball and allow me to make more plays. And I'm just gonna put more on me. But I think our team's done a really good job of focusing on doing our job, and it's gonna help us out.
Did that role kind of take you out of a little bit out of the game? You talk about not being as close to the ball and not being able to man up with other players. Is that more kind of what you think?
I think it took some things away from Clemson's game, but it also took some things away from my game as well. But that's what the coaches wanted me to do, and I had to go out there and do it.